one of the things that led me to this talk is I've worked through a number of different setups. I'm just sharing some of my thoughts about how I ended up with the one or ones that I use. Part of my problem with gear is I love to have one setup for everything. Like I like to just have one trombone and one mouthpiece that I play on everything. The world doesn't always work like that, but it's a thing that I like to do. And I sort of felt the same way with my effects rig, even though I often had different settings in which I would do it. Sometimes it would be a more traditional kind of horn section where you got to improvise and some effects were cool. Sometimes it was a much freer type of like open improvisation setting where my desire for the possibility for sounds were greater. So I started with a like pretty contrived Max rig that had two patches. There was this effects patch that had some delay and pitch shift, and then there was this other patch that had like sort of 4 buffers worth of sampler, so I could have other things going on. And that was great. It was cumbersome. The FFT, IFFT pitch shifter had some latency that I didn't love, especially in groove-related things. But it worked. It also required that I bring my computer all the time. After using this for a couple of years, finally discovered a pitch shifter pedal that I liked. And so I built a rig with that, with just a simple delay in this pitch shifter, and actually put it on a pedal board with the receiver for my wireless mic and a DI, so it was like great. I could just show up and plug in and the thing worked, and I could get a variety of sounds from that. So using that rig, I love the sound of that rig, but it didn't have the same sampling capability. So I took the max portion of the sampler and combined it with the delay pedal and pitch shifter pedal. Then eventually, I sort of built the same rig in Ableton Live. So now I have these 3 different setups, and I'm not always really sure which one to use. They all have some pluses. Just the pedals is simple and easy to set up. It's not a lot to haul, and it sounds pretty good. The Max Plus pedals is super cool. It's an instrument. The sampler part of Max is an instrument I've played for a long time. I'm really comfortable making music with it. The Ableton setup sounds just as good. Maybe better at times. It's nice to be able to like just plop in something else like, oh, I want a chorus or a distortion or whatever, to be able to just grab it and add it on the fly. And also if it's an open improvised setting, I can bring a little keyboard controller and add synth sounds and whatever to the scene. The one catch with that is I'm like having the flexibility to be able to go back 3 layers ago and just take that one in and out. It's just, that's a little more difficult in the Ableton Looper, and it's just not visually the same. I like the visual feedback of the Max Looper. So as I've gone through all of this, I guess the question is, have I come to any conclusions? And I think the conclusion is that I want to use the right tool for the right job. And so I've sort of kept all of these rigs running. Anyway, thanks for watching,